Well, hello there. Just a couple of quickies. Found this one today. John Baslington Lied. Both songs composed by Mr. Lied, better known as Lobby Lloyd. It's a great single from '68, I think, because it's a Black and Yellow festival. Chrome plated yabby. A yabby to people from overseas is what in America they call crawfish or a crayfish, a freshwater, lobster. We used to go catching them down in the Royal National Park. It's my backyard basically when I was a kid, and it was illegal. And I felt guilty doing it, but I did it with Ian Morris, who became a famous park ranger up in the Northern Territory. Had his own TV show, a real wildlife nut. We used to go catching snakes and things, and we used to catch these monster-sized yabbies and just cook them, boil them in a pot on the creek bed. But it was illegal. But by God, they're the best. They taste so much better than I think than saltwater lobsters. I think they call maroons or something in Western Australia, but marrons or something. Yeah, that's it, marrons. But a yabby, a chrome plated yabby. Sounds like you might have had a little bit of LSD. Yeah, and the B-side, Everything I Do Is Wrong, from memory, I think is pretty damn good. Yeah, the Wild Cherries, one of the number of bands that he was a prime mover in. Rest in peace, Lobby. As Derek Vaughan said when I sent him a poll of Australian singles 10, 12 years ago, oh, thank you so much, but they come in these flimsy bags. Well, Derek, these flimsy bags keep these Aussie singles, like my favourite Ray Brown and the Whispers 45, Fool, 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 and the B-side, the wonderful, wonderful Go to Him. What a great single. One thing about Ray Brown and the Whispers was usually they would do a cover of an American hit, but they tended to write their own B-sides, and they were bloody good, unlike the Loved Ones. But yeah, this is my favourite Ray Brown and the Whispers. And I heard Rudy Clark wrote this, Fool, 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 a black fellow from the South, the USA. And I remember thinking, hang on now, Fool, Fool, Fool sounds like a song, a 45 I've got here, a George Harrison single, which came out in the late 80s called I Got My Mind Set on You. I really dig it. I just love the simple drums on it, and I just love everything about that. I got my mind set on you. Well, I thought, hang on now, that sounds a bit like Fool, Fool, Fool. And actually, Fool, Fool, Fool was written by Rudy Clark, and I got my mind set on you is a Rudy Clark song. So I thought, by God, it's almost the same tune. It's got the same sort of beat. It's basically basic. I think you might have written Fool, Fool, Fool first, but they're almost the same. Both great singles. This is not my favourite Ray Brown and the Whispers single, but nevertheless, it's still a damn good version. It's just that the Tennessee Waltz song was covered by everybody in the old days, and I never want to hear it again. But he does a pretty good job of it. But it's got a great B-side. I Am What I Am, written by Unknown, which is interesting, isn't it? No one knows who wrote it, I guess. But what I love about these flimsy bags, Mr. Derek Vaughan Higgins, is that 45 I just showed has not one hairline scratch on it because it's been in that beautiful plastic bag since 1966. So there, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. And the other thing, hurry up, I've got to cook my dinner. Both on the wonderful lead-on label. This is another fantastic one with the sleeve where they've got the hits are from Festival Records. On Festival, licensed by Decca Records, a division of MCA Incorporated, New York, USA. From overseas, the Command, Festival, Ampar, Skepta, Dot, Atlantic Coral, World Pacific, Brunswick, and 20th Century Fox. From Australia, Festival, Commotion, Lead On, which comes from Lee Gordon, the American entrepreneur that came out here after making money in Cuba, which would have been illegal. I think he had mafia connections. He brought out Little Richard and all those people to Australia. He virtually got rock and roll going in Australia, Lee Gordon. But sadly died of a heroin overdose, I think it was heroin, in a London hotel room in 1964. So Lead On comes from Lee Gordon. ATA, which is Cole Joy's label. He was one of Australia's first pop stars. Clarion, which is out of Perth, Western Australia. I've got one here somewhere, Johnny Young and Company. Spin, I've got quite a lot of those. Sunshine, Ben Rankins is aware of that label. I've got lots of them, but mainly Normie Ray, but I've got a lot of Sunshine. Phonovox Vogue, how cool is that? And Ostie, I've never heard of that one. That's it. A Rickapudi and a fan doodly.